Good afternoon, Ziwa.
Good afternoon, doctor.
Yes. Now you also do some recording on your machine.
All right, doctor.
Yeah, I see we are doing here, but you can also do it.
Hey, is it possible if you're already recording, then I also record at the same time?
Yeah, it's okay. You are recording on your computer, not on the cloud, because the cloud doesn't have space.
Oh, okay.
So you
Let me
can
try.
record it
Let me try and
because
see.
yeah.
Oh, but it's already recording. I don't think I need to record. I don't know whether there's a feature that allows me to record as well.
Yes, it should. It's there.
Hmm. Where is it?
When you go to more,
Oh, yes, I've seen it.
yes.
So I record to this computer, not to cloud. Eh?
To your computer, yes.
All right, thank you. It's now recording.
Okay. Perfect. You have not greeted the people who came early. They are now
Oh,
looking
that's
at you.
true. That's the
Mm.
other part. Good morning, colleagues. This is Watch House. I'll be your co-host today, and this will be our first session. That is professional CV writing and opening session. We're waiting for the bosses to settle down, then we join. So, for a moment, you can introduce yourselves in the chats as we wait till 1:30. But thank you for joining early.
Yeah. Now, I also see here that somebody who wants to join is called Samsung. This
No,
without maybe.
Samsung shouldn't join actually. Even this one having Israel. Israel, please change your name to real names because you're going to. We have issues with people who spam Zoom meetings. So you all use your legal names so that we know you and whom we are talking to at the moment. So please change your names to real names. Good, thank you, Israel Jomboy. Thank you so much.
So you will be handling the admissions, because you are more familiar with them.
Yes, doctor, I'll help you with that. Whoever's using Zoom user, please change your name. I'm going to remove you off the platform. Also, Sheila, use both your legal names. That is the only condition we have for today's session, actually, or for all the sessions that are going to come. So, colleagues, those who are listening in, please change your names to real names. We want to talk to people, not robots. Thank you. Sheila, you should have a second name. Otherwise, I'm going to remove you off the platform.
I think to avoid the maybe interference during the meetings, I have decided to mute everybody, and whoever would like to speak will have to put up their hand, and then we can allow them to do so. Because you can easily forget your microphone on and then interfere when the training is going on. So that's the process we have be using. Thank you.
Those have admitted and you have a single name, kindly change your name to both names to ease understanding you, and we understand the people we are talking to. Because I am going to be evicting people who have single names. Single names, please try to change your names to real names, at least two names, so that we understand that we are talking to human beings. Yes, those with single names, please try to change them, because I'm going to be trying as much as I can to remove people who don't have both names. Thank you. One more time, those who have single names, try to change them and we have your both names for easy identification. Uh, Please try to change them before we begin.
Professor William, are you trying to put your video? I don't see it coming up. It shows as if it wants to come, but it's not coming.
Doctor, I think Professor William wants to talk. You could try to possibly give
Oh,
him a
yeah,
mic. Yes.
yeah. I understand what I did because people were not, people were bringing audio here and we became a little bit strict. So I will just pick William and give him a co-host rights. Okay, sorry for that. Yeah. Yes, Prof. William, you can unmute whenever you want. We're just trying to, because some people were, okay, I can see. They can share it as a big, a big, as a big, to fill the whole screen. The way you can help to do that, I think.
Okay. Oh, no. Someone has to be. Hello, Charles. Hello, Charles. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Prof.
Okay.
The accountant for that account in EFCU Bank. And he initiated transfer back to our subvention account and from subvention account. Although that requires the US for.
Okay.
So I don't know whether you can
Why is it? No worry.
Prof. William, I have muted you because we are hearing what you are saying.
Hi, Dr. Mayende. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Prof.
Did it come from the
Related to.
Okay, I'll tell you what call it. Yes, please.
I can now see your video on.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Very more official domain. They can take a quote from.
Uh, Prof, you are the one sharing the screen?
Yes, Dr. Mayende.
Maybe you can remove it and Charles reorganizes it before it is shared.
Okay, thank you. So
Stop sharing.
Okay.
Let me also check myself if I have a suit.
Dr. Mayende, you don't need a suit in these things.
Hey.
That's true. You're Oh, he has a very beautiful card foundation, Ali Musenti.
Professor William.
And our boss is already here.
Oh,
Hi.
Professor SS. We are very happy to see you. Okay, let me just remove the spotlight from myself.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So something was hanging. Sorry.
Professor Muyodi, I think you sat in a place which makes you darker.
Yes,
The light-
yes, very dark.
The light is coming from behind, so you should
So
be
maybe-
looking the other side.
Let's Professor Muyodi come next.
Yeah, let me change. Let me change. Oh, because the light, or when Professor is going to talk,
You can access both of us are connected. You can hear it.
because of the light.
You can sit next to Professor here. You get me? You get me?
I get it.
Since you also. Thank you, Prof. Oh,
Dr. Maenda, I think you should try to mute them as they arrange.
thank you very much, Dr. Lukanda.
So Professor SS will not join with the device. Prof. William, you are muted.
Connect the rain here. Then use the password. Rain. You know, Prof, that we are connected.
These kinds.
You are becoming much lighter like me. Professor Muyod is becoming much lighter. He's getting more light.
Starting time. I can see we are already 54 participants. Let's see some of the known. Oh, John Francis Alo. Yeah. Dr. Florence Nakamanya.
Oh, I was calling her.
The coordinator. Yeah, our coordinator. Yes.
Yes.
Dr. Nakamanya, we thought you would be here. Dr. Mayende, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Remotely.
So we are starting in 1 minute. In 1 minute's time. And Mr. Ziwa Charles is handling the admissions so that we don't lose time. Of you have some water here. Of give this a good day.
Nature is good one. You're not.
Prof, I think you're muted. You should unmute, then you talk.
That's fine, Dr. Mainde, thank you very much. I am checking with Mr. Ziwa whether we have the poster up or we can proceed without.
Okay. Let me, Prof, let me try to pick the poster then try to share it. Just a moment.
Thank you. Syria, I was telling you that still can work.
Prof, we might need to proceed with it. I may not be able to minimize my Zoom because
Okay.
it's large. I need to look at everyone, especially those admitted.
Okay, so supposing I put mine there, are you able to see it?
Yes, Prof, I can see it.
And it serves the purpose for now, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay. No, fine. I don't need anything, I'm fine.
This one is specifically for conferences.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, I don't have any phone. I can use this one. Yeah. All right, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. See here, you are. Hello, can I get confirmation that you are hearing me loud and clear?
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear.
Can I get some other confirmation from Mr. Abdul Noor Luttamaguzi, sir? Can you confirm you are hearing me loud and clear?
Yes, Prof. William.
Yes, please.
Because initially when we came in, some people left their microphones on, so we have muted everybody, and the one who wants to speak is the one who puts up the hand, and we allow.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank
just
you very
control audio that is inside here. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so what do you want me to do? Okay. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, we are trying to get an extra mic setup. Which one? This one here. This one here. Okay. So is that better? All right. So, Dr. Mainde, can you please confirm the sound for us.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mayende. Yes, Doreen, you're most welcome.
There's students to come 5 minutes.
Okay, please, they can come in. No problem. All right, so it's 5 minutes past time, but I can also see very many still coming on. We are at 117 now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, it's very, very nice indeed. The Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs, that's nice. We have a team of reporters who have just joined us. You're most welcome. So it's a good afternoon from the office of the first Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Sarah Sari, who is here with us, as you can see. And my other colleagues will introduce themselves first, but I'm William Tayebwa. The names of my title keep changing, but I'm the acting director of the Makerere University Press. My boss has confirmed, and my colleague, Professor Muyodi.
I am the chair of the Makerere University Writing Center, and I'm glad to have you here this afternoon. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Professor. So our program is a very short one. We don't want to eat into your time. We have only not much time. I will make very brief remarks, 2-3 minutes. Hand over to Professor Muyodi, who will invite Professor Sarasari to address us. And then after that, we shall hand over to our trainer for today, who is already with us. So I want to first thank Professor Sarasari, because to be honest, Prof, when you visited our office at the Makerere University Press, and you looked at the beautiful space we had, the first thing you mentioned was, this would be a wonderful space for a writing camp. Okay, so really this idea, yes, the writing center has been there. Professor Muyodi will tell you what the center has been doing. But the partnership between the Makerere University Press and the writing center was very much the idea of Professor Sarasari, to whom I report as the head of the Makerere University Press. So the University Press really does mainly 2-3 things. Now the mandate is expanding, but our traditional mandate has been publishing your books. So the writing that we are taking you through, now we are focusing on the soft skills that are going to launch you into the job market, but progressively, we are going to have other writing camps that are going to be speaking to the other skills that you need to make you a professional writer. And I came here with a couple of books, specifically by students. I believe most of you are students. I've seen a couple of our colleagues too, Prof. Mm-hmm. But we are targeting mainly those who are the finalists and those who are getting into the job market. So I have 2 books here. The title, one of the titles is a very interesting one, but you can see this is by Mr. Charles Ziwa. Zinabala. What a beautiful name. Zinabala. Such a beautiful name. And Charles is right now attached to the writing center. He's been coordinating this writing camp, and he brought this book that he wrote to my office to see what he's been doing. The Muchwezi, the flower, the suitor. Very nice book. Prof, I will give you a copy so that you can see what Charles is doing. But this is the kind of writing that the Makerere University Press wants to promote. So, Mr. Ziwa, congratulations. I'm here with your book so that you can be able to inspire all these wonderful people who are here to pick one or two things about writing. And then I had one of our journalism and communication students who brought me this book that she wrote. For the time being, it is self-published. I think Mr. Ziwa is also self-published. And we are here as a Makerere University Press to say, you don't have to be self-published. You bring your project to the Makerere University Press so that we help you and process the work so that you can be able to be published by the University Press. And we're here to support. That's the reason why I'm here. Okay? So the men I killed, what an interesting title. Professor will give you a copy of this to see what my student, the man, she says she killed. Okay? And then, so those are the books portfolios. But if you have parents, you have business people out there, you want to write a book about a very prominent grandfather of yours, and you have it there, we are happy to publish that as Makerere University Press, as long as it is, contributing to the body of knowledge out there, the body of practices, and so on and so on. So I'm just giving you an example here of now it turned out to be actually, it started as an autobiography, and now because he just passed about a few months ago, yeah, but still we are going to publish this book. So please, all of you out there, if you have a book project and you want it published by Makerere University Press, we are here to support you in doing that. The second portfolio, the main portfolio is, yes, Professor Muyod is telling me about time. We have 30 minutes. Are the journals. So every college here, I have just two here. One of my own school, the School of Languages, Literature and Communication. And then there was one for the CHUS. This one we share with Professor DVC. She knows a lot about this. So we are here also to support all of you, especially our former students, graduate students, but even some undergraduate students, prof, have actually very wonderful, they have great work that can be published in any of our journals. So we are here to support you in that respect as well. But you see, Prof, a few months ago, you launched the working paper series. Okay, this is COBAMS. Again, your work can be packaged into different formats, and we shall be happy as the Makerere University Press to publish your work. So thank you very much, Professor Sarasari, for all these wonderful support you provide to the Makerere University Press. And we are here to support these wonderful people. We are now at 175 participants so that they can be able to process the various types of writing into publications, because now I'm speaking as the head of the Makerere University Press. And very delighted to see all of you. We are here as the Makerere University Press to continue supporting you. At this point, I want to hand over to my colleague with whom we are in this partnership to support you, Professor Muyodi. Over to you, Prof.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Tayebwa, for taking us and our participants through that. I will start by thanking the DVC, Professor Sarasari, who has given us the opportunity to engage and be with you this afternoon and support all the activities that we are going to have for the coming full week, starting today and going on up to Monday of next week. Yes, we thank you so much, all of you, for getting the time to join so that we get to run through writing. Professor Taiwo has been talking about publishing of the books. Before you publish the books and the journals, you start by writing, so you must have the techniques of writing. So here the Writing Center is in place to give you all the techniques or the skills and this and that in the writing of the publication, writing for publications, writing the books, writing reports, Now here we are going to go through writing of CVs, writing of application letters, and so on, use of AI and so on. So we are really so happy to have you. Well, the Writing Center was established recently, just last year. Its main goal is to strengthen all the writing skills of the staff of Makerere University, our students, and later even our neighbors around, outside the Makerere University. Actually, the target is even to go to the East African region because the Writing Center concept is new in this region. So we are very happy as we grow up, we are going to provide all the necessary skills, all the necessary services so that people can write. People can write books. People can write manuscripts and publish. People can write very good application letters. People can write proposals for grants, you know, all the kinds of writing, which refer to scholarly and academic writing. So we can, I can say our targeted beneficiaries include the early career researchers, you know. Those are the ones who have just maybe finished their PhDs and those who have not yet finished, but they are targeting becoming, you know, researchers, doing research. Then we also have postgraduate students, and now we even have the undergraduate students, like the finalists, those who are just going to the job market. They need to do a lot of writing good CVs and so on. Then, of course, we also have other non-academic staff of the university, which includes registrars and so on. So the areas of coverage, in other words, includes writing of manuscripts, aspects of writing winning grants. We have use of artificial intelligence. I know you people, most of the participants here are very good at using, you know, ChatGPT plus others. So the center here will also give you skills on how to use this AI responsibly and ethically. We also target, you know, activities like for the professionals, writing of minutes. The center is doing that kind of work for those who write minutes, you know, report writing. We have some of you are writing project reports. I know we have some of our finalist students who are also going for reports, internship and so on. You'll be writing, so the center provides services for that. Then we have reviewing or proofreading of manuscript, proofreading of whatever you have written. The center does that. So far, Madam DVC, we have so far received some number of theses for review and manuscripts from some of our students, masters and PhDs. So the center is there to help you in all the aspects of writing. So please, we are located in the main library. That's why we have our offices. You can come in any time, ground floor. Just ask at the reception, ask for the writing center. They will direct you there and we shall give you more information. So with that brief, I want to take this opportunity to invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic Affairs. But before I do so, I want to give a very brief about her. The DVC, as you know, some of you may have forgotten, especially those who have just got out, because I can see from the participants, there are some of our alumni now who are also on. So some of them you never know. They may not be sure of, of course, on the flyer, we have the names and the photo. Well, Professor Salazar is the current first Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs, appointed late last year in 2025. She's a social scientist. You have heard about her being a member and leading the Directorate of Gender, where she has been for some time. She has researched a lot and published a lot in research and research areas which include public policy, social transformation, gender, all sorts of writing, you know. And prior to her appointment as the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Salazar served as the Makerere University as a Director, Institute of Gender and Development Studies. She was Dean, School of Women and Gender Studies for so many years. So we have the opportunity today that she's now the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs of Makerere University. And I take this opportunity to invite you, Madam DVC Academic Affairs, to give your remarks. And then we shall also request you to launch this writing retreat. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Yes, bro.
You can
The professor should unmute.
Prof, you are muted.
Dr. Mayende. You can unmute Professor Sarasari, please.
They need to unmute.
Okay, I've unmuted.
I think those other devices can leave the computer audio. I don't know whether Charles is with you there. The other machines which are there connected.
Okay. Am I creating an echo?
Yeah, because of those who are connected near you, they have to remove to leave the computer audio. I don't know if they are there. Is why you with them?
No, I'm in the office today.
Prof William, where your microphone is, when you click that arrow key upwards, it has leave computer audio, so that you can leave the computer audio, and we just leave our boss to speak without creating echoes from your machine, Professor William.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay now. Thank you very much.
Hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry for that technical glitch. I don't know who is in the house, but I just wanted to say, I don't want to just say all protocols observed. All our special guests, our consultants, our special guests are the learners that are on here, the consultants, our visitors from partner universities who showed interest and were allowed to join, the organizers, the journalist students in the house, and everyone who has turned up for this session. Good afternoon. Yes, so today is a historic day in which I am honored to officially unveil the first Makerere University Writing Summer School. As you've heard from the previous speakers, the summer school is a concept that I thought would do very well in the beautiful compound of the Makerere University Press. But just beyond the beauty of the Makerere University Press, I also thought it was important, if we are going to run a publishing house, to pay attention and intentionally contribute to the pipeline that produces writers. Currently, we have a number of professors, academics, faculty, people from town who are patronizing our press, our university press. But we also need to know that these are also fairly old, they're adults. So for us to ensure that the press continues in business, we need to ensure that the pipeline, the younger people, the students, they could even be secondary school students, but we're really looking at undergrads, are trained to write. And in that, you'll find some are creative writers and some are real serious writers. And it is also because when you look at the Makerere University students who write, like the 2 books or 3 books he just shared, those books are not necessarily written by journalist students. I've ever had a book launch here by a student from engineering. Yeah. And he was writing about, it was a creative story. It was a creative story but writing about engineering and the rocks. Wow. About that. I had a geology student who also came up with a creative story. I attended his launch, but was really, he constructed a story around, I think, oil in Bunyaruguru, okay? So you find a number of our students are very creative, whether they are in STEM or outside STEM, they are writing. So I thought a writing summer camp would be a very important way of anchoring this and starting this off. And I'm very privileged that and honored that Professor Tayebwa took this seriously. Okay, then the Writing Center. And you all know that one of the challenges the public cast gets us with is we don't know how to write letters. And of course, our response has always been universities don't teach letter writing. We don't know how to write CVs. And we said that's not part of our work. For us, we are here teaching serious content and that. But the issue is that the market is communicating. They need good letters because a well-written letter helps you to get through the door better than a poorly written letter. A well-organized CV helps you better than a poorly written CV. Then there's this thing they usually mention when we are applying for international scholarship. Your problem statement, your mission statement, your whatever statement, and all these are aspects of writing. And as you heard from Professor Muyodi, there are things like minutes, there are things like, so we take writing for granted, but writing can be trained. And that's why if you Google online, world-class universities do have writing centers. The purpose of these writing centers is to enable their students get into the job market. And if you studied in the UK like we did, even many years after you've left, the writing center still reaches out to you to give you support. Or you can reach out to it if you say, now I'm applying for a job as a receptionist, maybe not a receptionist, but as a receptionist, they will guide you on how to do that, vis-a-vis if you're applying for a job as a CEO. So that's why today I would like to extend my gratitude to the teams led by Professor Frederick Muyodi, the head of the Makerere University Writing Center, and Associate Professor William Tayebwa, the director of the Makerere University Press, for accepting to launch this and spearheading this initiative. They came to me separately, and then we said, okay, we can do a collabo, and they gelled and took off. And this writing summer school is timely to bridge the gap between theory from the lecture rooms and the job market. As you're all aware, the job market is ruthless. It's different from our classes. Our classes, you'll complain about marks, the lecturers will run after you, you didn't do your coursework, you didn't do that. But the job market, it goes with those who are ready. The job market is not going to pick you if you don't know how to write. So this writing summer school helps us to be both creative writers, but also to equip us with skills to enter the job market. It acts as an important bridge to transform the theoretical knowledge into marketable, real-world, competence-based skills. The facilitators of the summer school will provide our finalists and all participants with ready tools and soft skills for their professional journeys. If you looked at some of the things on the different days we are going to have, ideally it would have been much shorter if we were in person, but you can see from there we are 220 something today, 230. There is no space where it would fit you for the whole day. Many of you are logging in from your places of work. So we thought that an e-version would be a very useful way of being inclusive to all. But if you look, you'll find writing a CV, writing a letter, those topics that have been put up are practical topics to get you into the marketplace. So, and the facilitators that have been selected are excellent facilitators. They're not just motivational speakers, but they are lifestyle coaches, or we call them life coaches of that. So please log in, participate, ask questions where need be. Okay, the facilitators will provide you with all the skills that you need. My office is happy to be associated and work with the Writing Center and the press to institutionalize these intensive writing sessions to ensure that Makerere University graduates do not just hold degrees, but possess the practical soft skills required to lead and transform the Ugandan workforce. It is now my singular honor and privilege to declare the first Makerere University Writing Summer School officially launched. So God willing, we are going to get resources to even organize for a bigger audience. This is just the beginning. please, it has been launched. Take part, enjoy, and have a good 1 week ahead of us, learning how to write, learning how to put our foot through the door of employment. Thank you very much and enjoy your training.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Prof. Sally. And thank you very much, Prof. Sally. Thank you very much, Prof. Sally. Thank you very much, Prof. Sally. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you very much, Prof. Sally, for those words of reassurance that this is a start of a series of these writing camps. As we've said, we start with the professional ones, and then we shall escalate this into writing for publishing. Thanks very much, Professor Muyodi, again for the reassurance as well as the partnership that we are going to have. You've all had the various services that the Writing Center provides, as well as the University Press. At this point, without wasting the time of our participants, want to turn this over to Mr. Abdul Noor Luttamaguzi, the facilitator of our first session, who will be taking us through professional CV writing. I think we've had Professor Muyodi that the job market really requires us to have these wonderful skills. Over to you, Mr. Luttamaguzi.
Yes, a good evening to you all. I don't know if you can all get me clearly. Yes, am I that audible enough? And I've shared my screen. I don't know if it is visible.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm the name of Luttamaguzi Abdul Noor. I'm a recently elected Global Student Director of the World Agricultural Society. The head offices are in the United States, but this is an association that governs all agricultural professions in the world. Secondly, I'm a PhD student at Makerere University at the Department of Zoology, Entomology, and Fishery Sciences. That is School of Biosciences. Third, I'm a senior fisheries officer of Oluwadis local government, where I'm promoting the fisheries technologies and resources in the district. Then fourth, I'm the founder and the director of NL Foundation, and this is a foundation that provides employment and capacity building to youth in the job field. Our lecture today is on professional CV writing. It will be 2 sessions, whereby we shall have the first session presented through the PowerPoint. Then we can go to the specific CVs for specific roles. Why is it not moving? Yes. Most cases we confuse a CV with a resume. However, it's all about the length and also the purpose of what you're using this CV from. When you look at the CV, it's in-depth and it's multi-page. It can go even to 10 pages. And it involves putting the academic qualifications, the employment, all the employment you have had, and any other relevant information that is needed for that job. And when you look at the global trend worldwide, this is used for academics applying for research and academic jobs, the medical field, research positions, and the like. However, when you look at the resume is just a summary of your experience, and it's always tailored to that job itself. And all the information that is provided should be relevant to that job. So it emphasizes just skills, accomplishments related to the job, and this is mostly used in the US and Canada. However, that is the global look of a CV and a resume. However, in the Ugandan context, what is a CV? How do the human resource professionals, the recruitment agents, look at a CV in Uganda context? And realize that most of the different jobs in Uganda, or the recruiters, will define a CV according to the length, the pages of that document, the purpose and the role that you're applying for. So you'll be confused, or you'll look at different recruiters interchangingly using the CV and the resume, but however, just stick to the length of pages. In Uganda, it can go to, it normally is 3 to 5 pages or more, depending on the level of experience. Those from the university may have a CV of around 3 pages to 4 pages, but those who have been out of university for long may be even 10 pages. But it's all about the content that is presented in the CV that is relevant to the job. And it includes this, the education, all the education. And you can even start from the primary to UCE, USCE, and the like, unlike in the resume, where you might only present your degree only. It includes the research, the publications, and the like. In Uganda, most cases we're using it for academic jobs, research, NGOs, fellowship, grants, and the like. However, these examples I'm giving about the jobs you're applying for gets back to the job description. What is the recruiter asking for? What the minimum pages that are asked for? So therefore, what's our when you look at this resume, yeah, for it, it's summarized. You get your CV and summarize only that content that's relevant to the job. And most cases, it's 1 to 2 pages, and sometimes can go to 3 pages. And it only includes the work experience, the skills, the information relevant to the job. So this resume is more job specific, that very particular job. You might be an accountant, that's your accounting field, but applying for the position of a senior accountant. If you're working on a resume, you put on the experience and the information relevant to that job, And most cases we're using it for corporate jobs, private sector, the entry-level jobs, like you who's at the university, you may not have that much experience that can fill up your CV. So most cases you, in most cases you might need a CV. Then again, why is it that a resume is preferred to a CV? The HRs, all the recruitment companies get a lot of CVs. Now, in most cases, when you are going to provide a 12-page CV, there may not be time to look through all that CV and pick the information that is relevant. So basically, when you realize that this is an open position whereby it might be applied for by many people. For example, we have what we call the mass recruitment in government. So it's better you provide a resume that's really summarized, because the staff that are going to receive your CVs will have a lot of CVs. So when you provide a resume, it is precise, it is summarized, and then they can either choose you or throw it in the bin. So what's our take home for this first part of it? We realize that if a job asks for a CV, but they limit the pages to around 2 pages, 3 pages, they're actually asking for a resume. You're going to find this common in the Ugandan context, whereby some HRs, some recruitment companies don't differentiate between a CV and a resume. So basically, when it comes to the pages, make sure that if they ask for a CV and they are limiting the pages to 3 to 4 to 3, at most 3, they're asking for a resume. Then you should always customize the resume to match the job description. Because now in most cases, we shouldn't carry on the same CV for every job that we're applying for. Always read the job description and tailor that CV. Most cases, you may require to drop some experience or some information that is not relevant or does not add anything to that specific job. And then in most cases, on addition to the CVs and the resume, in the Ugandan context, you're always required to at least provide a biodata, that is date of birth, maybe religion, marital status, but if that is defined by the recruiter. So now, let's look at the architecture of the CV. What is contained in the CV? Yeah. So we have all these are contained in the CV. Yeah. Have the personal information, what we call the biodata, the work experience, the education, history, yeah, your education, the training certificates, if you have attended any trainings or workshops, professional affiliations, because we have the professional bodies that are specific to your career that you can join, computer literacy, any digitalized specialization you have, leadership roles. We have had some leadership roles at the university or even after university or in these professional bodies. Then the competencies and skills. These competencies and skills are specific to your field, may not be specific to the job, but your field. If in the medical field, there are some competencies and skills that are required of you by the recruiter. Then personal attributes, it's all about yourself, yeah? How is your personality going to enhance the job or will limit the job performance? Then the hobbies, languages, referees, and the attachments. When I talk about attachments, these are the academic documents or certificates you got or any award letters that you got. So when we begin with the personal information, we have, I've grouped these into two. We have the essentials that are must that should appear in your CV. And then we have the relevant or desirable, the ones you can do without or are not relevant. Here I mentioned that your name should appear as it appears on academic documents. Most of you have these national, the IDs, yeah? We have the IDs you got from government. Some of you have the mistakes there. However, when it comes to here, put the name as that appears in the academic documents. Why? It is easier to change the national ID name than changing the academic documents. I'm a government worker. And in most cases, if at all, your name does not appear the same way as it appears on documents, you in that case, these are two people. The one who was employed and the one who's presenting the documents are two different people. So make sure the name that you put in your CV or resume appears as it is on the academic documents. If at all they are not the same with the national IDs or the passport and the like, make sure you rectify the other documents, because it's easier to rectify your passport, it's easier to rectify your national ID. Then the phone contact and email. The phone contact should be this that is available. And if at all you're in places where the network is poor, choose a contact where the network is okay. Then email address. Some of you are going to carry on the email addresses you are using at the university, and you're going to carry on after university. But how sure are you that you're going to access that email address from the university? It's better you have a personal email address that you attach to that. Then it's better in the personal information, because this is what comes first. This is what welcomes the recruiter. You provide the current job title and the employer and the address. Why? Even if they're having a lot of CVs or resumes, the moment they want maybe a medical officer, special grade, when in the first two lines in the personal information, you put your profession or your job title, current job title is medical officer, they will just put you aside for further consideration. Then we have the professional links. Most cases, we have the LinkedIn account, whereby you can add that link there on the personal information. This is what comes first. Then you have the date of birth. Here, we should be careful by putting the date of birth. Only put the date of birth if at all the date of birth tallies with the time you have studied. Let me explain this further. Most of us may be born in 2000. Okay, may be born in, let me say not 2000, in 1980. But then you sat for your UCE in the 2010. So realize that you delay to have that qualifications. Now, most cases, if at all your education levels do not tally with your date of birth. It's better you don't put it. Then nationality is a must and sex is a must, because some of the names that we are having, they can be used as a male and female. So when I go to the relevant or desirable part, realize that a passport photo is needed. Yeah, it's relevant. You can use it, but even if you don't use it, it's no harm. Now, things like place of birth, they are not needed. No one needs to know what your place of birth is. So you shouldn't put that. Then religion. Most cases, we become biased by the religion. Imagine someone who's receiving your CV has bias on that kind of religion. So it's best you don't put that. When you get to the marital status, it's better you don't put the marital status. Why? You don't know what the other person is thinking, the recruiter is thinking. Some recruiters work best with married people because they assume they are responsible, while others work best with single people. They assume they have all the time to produce the result. So it's best you don't put the marital status so that you leave it open. Yeah. Then putting the tribe. The tribe is causing bias. Why would you present your tribe? Your name is really there. It can tell the tribe. So basically, there's no need of putting your tribe. Home district, there's no need. Number of children, this is so irrelevant. Blood group and any other relevant information. So that is what should be. The first part on my left, that's what should be contained in the biodata. Reason that these are the specifics that really contribute to the job selection. So when you go to the work experience, yeah, this is just providing your journey, your history. The first point is you should always use the reverse chronological order. What does this mean? What is on top should be your current job. Like if my current job is from 2023 to date, senior fisheries officer, that should be your current job. Don't start with the earlier jobs you had. Why? Because with years that come by, you go on growing. It's best when the recruiter sets his or her eyes first on that current job where there's growth. Then you should present the job title as it appears. If your job title is assistant accounts, don't change it to assistant accountant. These are two different positions. So present your job title as it appears on your appointment letter in case you got, or as it appears at that organization. Then you provide the organization, the full name. If at all it has an acronym, you provide in brackets, but put the full name of that organization. Don't put just an acronym because not everyone knows that organization. It's best you provide the location of the country, preferably the PO box or plot number. Most of you have those workstations have plot numbers or the PO box. In case they don't have the plot number or the PO box, provide maybe the street number, or let me say the village, the district, and the country. Then you should provide a start and end dates. And most cases, provide you use the month and year, like from June 2016 to February 2022. When you use the exact dates, it makes your CV stuffy. So it's best to just use the month and the year. Then responsibilities. Now, when it comes to responsibilities, every now and then, the jobs we get, we have different responsibilities that are there. And sometimes we have responsibilities that are a page full. But when it comes to specific job, it's better you only include those responsibilities that are in line with the job that you are applying for. So that means you should always keep revising your CV according to the job description. Then achievements. On addition to the responsibility, it's better you provide some achievements that you had as a group or as a single person. In most cases, how do we state these achievements? We have the STAR method, which is the situation, task, action, result. Let me give an example. If I told you a salesperson, and you want to, and the role, the responsibility is conflict management, just like that. You may phrase your achievement in a way that a situation, a task is that I handled conflict management through, let me say, negotiation, resulting in 80% of referrals. So your achievement should follow this method, whereby you give the role, you give the task or the activity that you applied in that role. Yeah. Then at the end, you provide the result that came out of that role. That's how we provide the achievements. Then, still on our experience, it's better we have such content aligned in our experience. Most of you may be 0 to 2 years, the entry level, because some of you are still students and those who are just leaving campus or waiting for graduation. When you're having 0 to 2 years of experience, we expect your CV to include internships, part-time jobs, and volunteership. What does this mean? The recruiter does not expect you to have the experience that us, the seniors, we're having. So basically, when you are attending those internships, make sure that you get the roles, the full roles as an intern. In most cases, you can just look at the job description of any role, entry role in that position. Maybe if I told you you're in the social work bit of it, look for the social work. Then you tease out those roles that are really fit for an intern. Then when it gets to those of 2 to 7 years of experience who have gone into the employment world, should focus to 2 to 5 roles. Because most cases we have these jobs that we spent on like 2 months, 3 months. You tease them out and put those roles where you spent at least a year and 2 years. Yeah, because basically you don't want to keep your CV to be so lengthy and having those roles that were only 2 months. And most of these roles are just gigs, which can be just taken out or fused into the bigger roles. Then for the senior positions, those 7 years and above, you'd focus on the most relevant positions. Because most cases, when you are at the senior positions, you're going for the managerial roles, supervisory roles. So most cases, you want to just provide those intermediate experience that contribute to that bigger role. So from the experience, go to the education background. Make sure that you provide that degree as it appears on your transcript. If it's a Bachelor's of Science in Fisheries and Aquaculture, put that. Most of you write your CVs and just put bachelor's degree. However, the recruiter may not go on to look onto your documents. So basically, it's better you specify that name of degree. Now we have these ones who have a bachelor's of, let me say, bachelor's BBA, bachelor's of business administration, and you have majored. So it's better you write bachelor's of business administration, in bracket, you write your major. You can, write your major and your minor, because some of you have the major and minor, either in marketing, either in, let me say, marketing, we have procurement, administration, and the like. And then you should provide the institutional name, Makerere University, and provide the PO box address. Providing this PO box address provides more trust to the recruiter that indeed you attended that school. Then you should add your USCE and UCE, the secondary school and the PO box address, the UCE and secondary school and PO box address, and you can add the PLE just in case, but most cases PLE is not necessary. Then, on top of the education background, you should provide the start and end year. And if at all you have recently graduated, it's better you provide the month and the year. So if I told you you have to graduate this year, if you graduate this year in January, what does this mean? It means that you are going to provide your sorry. It means sorry, I should go back. It's still on the education. This thing is not going back, but we can continue. Still on the education, you provide, if at all you have just left the university, it's better you provide the month and the year. But those who have gone out of university for long, just provide the year. From 2016 to 2017, USCE. From 2008 to 2011, UCE. You get the point, eh? But if at all you are just from campus, it's better you provide the month and the year. Because why would we include the month? We are just received from campus and you can provide the exact period. It shows that, yeah, you're newly fresh graduate. So after the education background, it's better we add on the trainings and workshops. Throughout your university period, you have attended some workshops. You have attended some trainings at the university, out of the university. So it's better you provide the trainings that are relevant to your field. Most of you have attended trainings in medical field, and then you're into another field. But then some of the trainings are universal, like let me say first aid. Then we have maybe first aid, firefighting. You can include them, but to include the name of the training as it appears on that certificate, in case you got, then you provide a recognized institution that provide that training. Then you provide the month and the year you earned. On top of that, you provide whether you are in person or it was completely online. So most of you, you have attended this training. So you include the name of the training, summer school, writing. The issuing organization, Makerere University, Writing Press. The month, we're in the month of July. Which year? 2026. Then mode of delivery, online. So just provide that. It gives a description of the training you earned, and we should always provide in order with the most recent one should appear on top, then as those that were done before that come to the bottom. Then you have the professional affiliations. These are expected in your CV. Here at the university, you have different associations that you have had and those that you are going to join after the university. So make sure you provide, either you're a member, if at all you had any position, you provide the name of the position, either you're a chairperson or you're a project coordinator and the like. Then you provide the years of activity, because in these associations, you should be an active member. If you don't renew your subscription, the like, you lose to be a member. So you provide the dates of membership. If it is to date, you're still a member, it's well and good. Let's continue. Then we have computer literacy. This is a skill that is needed in your CV, and you should have it in every CV. We have always used Microsoft Word. Yeah, you should provide whether you are proficient in Excel, in Word, PowerPoint, Outlook. Now it's better you provide Word, Excel, PowerPoint, because Outlook, most of you don't know it. And also make sure that you can provide also the Google Workspace. We have the docs, the sheet, slides, and drive. So if at all you are proficient in any of these, provide them in your CV. Then operating systems, we have the Windows, the MacOS, and Linux. So it's better you provide this in your CV on the section of computer literacy. Then communication. We have the Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Slack, or Trello. And most of you, you are proficient with Zoom and Microsoft Teams. So make sure you provide that, because at your workplace, you will be communicating and you may be using these kind of tools. Then, in addition to that, provide those tools that are specific or relevant to your field. If someone is doing, if is in the field of accounting, do you know QuickBooks, Tally, Advanced Excel? If someone is in the field of procurement, yeah, ERP, do you know that? The SAP, are you proficient in that? If someone is in sales, CRM for customers. So, and other than that, you can provide this database management or social media content management according to the field and according to the job description. Then when it comes to the competencies and skills, These are the technical expertise you have as a person. And most cases, you have to match them to the job description. After this session, I'm going to go field specific so that you can see some of the competencies for different fields. And most cases, in addition to these specific competencies, according to that field, you add these soft skills, data analysis, equipment operations, and the like. Then also the interpersonal skills like communication, problem solving, adaptability, time management. Then also you can highlight the professionalism you have. IG certified procurement, certified public accountant. So these are the technical expertise that you have as a person, and they should be put only those relevant to your field and to the specific job. Then personal attributes. Personal attributes, these are just a contribution to your technical knowledge you have. And this is about your personality. It's about what makes you, what pushes you perform at that job. And these are some of the examples: the conscientiousness, the teamwork, the empathy, problem solving, and the like. Then you go to the hobbies. Don't forget your hobbies, and it's better you align these hobbies to the roles. And then there are some good hobbies and bad hobbies. Some of you put hobbies like making friends. That has never been a hobby. That means at work you'll be making friends instead of working. Then we have hobbies like going to church, praying. No. Going to church, praying, that is not a hobby. Because most cases you are communicating that you are always in church, you might decide to go to church other than wanting to work. But always provide hobbies that speak to the teamwork, the resilience, the hard work, like the team sports. You can say playing soccer, playing soccer, playing chess, watching documentaries, watching news, traveling for adventure. Those are good hobbies that communicate your personality and contribute to your work efforts. Then we have the languages. Make sure that you write only the languages that you are good at, better and fair. If I told you you're bad at a language, there's no need to put that language. So it's best you write a language that you're good at and fair. And most cases, we have these tools that we use to define the proficiency. If it's a native, your mother language, fluent, might be intermediate, in the middle, basic, very good, fair, but provide those languages only that you can speak and write. Then the last bit of the CV is the referees. This is crucial. In the job process, most cases, some of you take this as for granted. But through the career guidance, the career mentorship I've made, realize that these referees are called. Even they are called after receiving your CV, they don't call them because they're not interested in them. Because there's no need of calling all referees when we don't know if we shall give you even the interview, or you see an aptitude, or we shall give you the job. Most cases, these referees are called when you have passed maybe the aptitude, if it was given, when you have passed the interview. Most cases, these referees are called in order to confirm what you presented in your CV, in order to confirm what you presented in the interview. So most cases, I encourage the youth, although the employers, or those who are applying, the job applicants, to provide technical referees. If you're an accountant, your CV is full of accounting, provide the senior accountant. And most cases, they should provide someone that is ahead of you. Don't provide someone who's below you. If I told you a medical doctor, what would you provide a nurse as your referee? This referee is a technical supervisor, or someone knows about your competences. Some referees that can be provided that are not job specific are the human resource, or the supervisors. They can provide some bit of technical bit of it and the personal attributes information about you. Now, for the referee, make sure you provide a referee who communicates. One in case he's called or an email is written to him can communicate. Get the point? Other than giving a referee that is not is accessible, then provide a referee who can speak some English and can listen to English. Because most of you are working or may work somewhere whereby maybe it's an Indian, but when he's called, and cannot express himself in English. So they won't pick any information about you. And get someone who's of sound mind. A referee who's ever drinking, you might land on a phone call, and the way he responds, you might lose out. Then again, the referees you put, make sure they know you. At least be in communication, stay in touch with that referee. And it's best before you present your CV for application, you give them a call that I'm applying here. And in case of any call from this company, please provide good information. So these are some of the resources. I created a YouTube channel. My name is Abdul Noor Luttamaguzi. And these are some of the content that you can look at in order to enrich yourself in the in this career path. And that's my first session. I'm going to allow some questions. Then later on, we are going to go to CV specific, how we can tailor this CVs to specific job needs. Thank you. Moderator, I don't know if at all we can have some questions before I can proceed to the next session. Thank you.
Yes, I think you can have. There's a question that was prevalent. Someone was asking, I think I'll just paraphrase. You were saying that what if they have 7 years after school without a job? What kind of CV can they create? I think you should go with that first.
Now, this is a very common situation that has happened among the youth that have been training. They spend all those 7 years without, they might be working, but they're in business or they are somewhere. Now, in most cases, it's best you speak the truth that you have been working somewhere, but it's best you start from where you started working in your field or working something that is relevant to your field. Because you are not going to put that you're a shopkeeper from this year to this year. It's irrelevant. Basically, they need a certain section, a certain level of experience that you have, that you need. Yeah. So it's better you provide just from where you began, where you went to the field. Now, this thing is kind of stressing, and this is the advice I give to this the youth. Most of you tend to go to certain jobs for survival, and you don't want to start small, like starting as maybe a volunteer. We have what we call the graduate training, a graduate trainee or a graduate program. This is where fresh graduates who are coming out of school, they are taken into companies. They are facilitated not as real employees, but for a certain period of time, and they can be taken in the company or they may not be taken in. So most cases, to have this kind of gap of 7 years, not in your field, it is best for these who are living out of campus. You rather volunteer, you rather attend these graduate trainings, you rather get some bit of mentorship other than going away from survival. Because getting back to the field, you need to cover up that that space. And most cases, when it comes to the to these employees, they may not choose you because of that kind of gap. When they are someone who straight away out of school, they were interns, they became interns somewhere, they graduate training somewhere, they went some fellowship somewhere in their field, then they got some entry-level job of assistant, volunteership, until they are now. Because the referees, the recruiters are looking for career growth. So when you are missed the 7 years, it's better you begin from where you stopped from. And basically, if at all you don't have that kind of experience, swallow your pride and begin from those entry jobs so that you can catch up with others. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Luttamaguzi. So next one, there are quite a number of questions, but I'm trying as much as I can to paraphrase. Then the other one was, my work contract was not renewed this year. I think it's from Ruth Naduli. My question is, what do I include on my biodata since I'm not currently working? Given that some employers do background checks and may find out that I lied, that I still work with that organization in case I maintain the job position on the bio. Let me also get you another, then you answer them at the same time. I think they're a little related, a little. This one is, if I did software engineering, but while studying or before starting the course, I had a part-time job, say as a clearing agent, can I add it? I think should go with those two as I look for the others.
Yeah.
Now,
They are also those who have put up their hands. Maybe they will be allowed also to speak. Yeah.
so now let me respond to the first one. Now, in replacement to the current job and the current station you're working in the biodata, you just replace that with your profession. You can say accounting profession. Yeah? Accounting, just write accounting profession or finance profession. Just include that in the biodata. The reason why we want to include that catchy word in the biodata, it may be just in case we are having a number of CVs, someone can separate your CV from the ones that are irrelevant to the ones that can be considered. So you just put accounting profession, legal professional, just those catchy words that define you as that define your specialty. Then another one asked about I studied software engineering. Then later on, I did some bit of a part-time job of clearing agent. Most cases is two-way. If at all you cannot relate that job of clearing agent to the software field, you remove that. But most cases you can easily relate it to that. When you look at the job description of clearing agent, you're using the tools of software. You're using the computer literacy. You're using that. So what you do is when you come to the roles, you put like 70% of roles related in computer learning. I'll give an example. If I told you a clearing agent, yeah, you can say that you manage the database, yeah, the company, you were responsible for management of the database of the clearing agent of the clearing company in order to prevent backlog. Then you like supported in the updating of the softwares that were being used in clearing. Yeah. So you provide the roles, some few roles of the clearing agent, then you fit in some roles that are related to the computer discipline. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to give more 5 minutes to people that asked in the comment section. Then we give a chance to those that raise their hands. There's another. What if I have 5 years of experience, but my degree is not even 2 years old? Let us say I was working before I got the degree. If I have the experience, but still pursuing the degree, I don't know whether they've gotten the question.
Yes, I've gotten the question. Now, in such a scenario, recruiters don't expect you to be fully employed in that kind of field. However, sometimes you find yourself being employed. If I go back to the field of computer science, sometimes these students in year 1, year 2, they have those skills of maybe software management or database management or networking and the like, the network officer. What you do, most cases, when you put that position of network officer, in bracket, put support staff. You get the point, support staff. Or instead of putting support staff, you put assistant database management officer. Yeah. Because the recruiter will understand, yes, and will accept that because that is possible. That is reality. But if at all you put a full job position like database officer, yet that period where you're a database officer, you were still in your year 2 studying computer science, the recruiter may not accept that. Remember, some of the recruiters are technical. And then when it comes to the job description, it's better you put these common, easy roles that you can make so that you don't scare off these recruiters. Yeah. So what am I communicating? You get the job description of a full database officer and you try to water it down to only roles that can fit someone who's studying while working, other than putting those full roles like this kind of role that you were managing the, you can say that I was managing the budget of the computer resources in the company. No one's going to believe that. First of all, you don't have the papers. So that way you just try to water down the job description so that it can convince the recruiter. Yeah, thank you. I can get another.
Okay, so these ones, I think you might be going to answer them in a segment of yours, but maybe you clarify. But is the format between education and experience, but which one comes first? Well, with is it a must to include them? What does professional links mean? Please elaborate more on this. Then another one is they are near one another. So after biodata, can I put a personal statement or objective, e.g., I am highly motivated and dedicated graduate seeking da da da. Another one is, in case I had a short-term side jobs, for example, for 1 or 2 weeks as I was still at campus, can I add it for it's relevant to the job I'm applying for? Then another one is, I think this one, some of them are supposed to be in the next segment. Do we just summarize in tabular form, write complete sentences? You could go in for those.
Then I'll start from this of the personal statement. Most of you have seen CVs whereby after the personal data, someone puts a summary. Is it a personal statement, a summary? Is it professional summary and the like? Remember, the personal objective and statement, these are the questions that are asked in the interview. So you shouldn't bring things of the interview into the CV. And most cases, why we would love to come from the personal data and go straight to the experience in tabular form. That's what the recruiter is interested in. Then later on, after reading that experience is convinced, then they can go into the education background in order to confirm that, yeah, true, this is it, other than writing this personal statement. Remember, we are trying to make the CV as short and interesting, getting to the point. Most cases when I'm teaching this youth, I tell them that the personal statement, the professional summary, that is Lugambo. Because what you're talking about in the personal statement and the objective, this is contained in your experience, contained in the competencies, contained in the education, it's contained, you get the point, eh? So you shouldn't keep on writing paragraphs that are unnecessary, whereby that is redundance when the information can be found elsewhere, because you are giving that summary and the recruiter might stop there, because how sure are you that summary is not short of some of the content that you need that should be read below? So it's better you leave it out and you go to the work experience. Then we have the tabular form. Most cases, it's better we present in a tabular form, as we are going to see the next CVs and how we can present them. Because tabular form is interesting to read, other than reading a pile of scattered statements falling away, or reading a paragraph. No, let it be easier and interesting for the recruiter to read. Someone has talked about side hustle of 2 weeks. Ask yourself, that side hustle of 2 weeks, how relevant is it to the job description? You might find that we have had people who have had these side hustles of electoral commission. Those have had side hustles of NIRA, then side hustles of UBOS, yeah? The enumerations, it takes about 1 month. Now, these kind of side hustles of enumeration are best fit for people in the statistic field, in the social work field. That is their area. Now, for you, you are a medical officer, or your field is in medicine, or you are an engineer, you're a lawyer. Then you are putting a side hustle of data collection. Ask yourself, is it in your field? If it's not in your field, you better leave it out. But those who are just right from campus, you can include that in order to provide that other than your field, I was doing this kind of work. But if I told you are 2 years, you're expected to have everything in line with your field. I think we should go to the next part. I don't know.
Mr. Luttamaguzi, I think we should give one or two hands.
Okay.
Doctor, I think then ask you a question or two, and then we
Okay.
try to balance. Yes.
Okay, there are
I
those
think
who are online. I have tried to ask them to unmute, please. Okay,
I have
good.
unmuted.
Okay, then you can please go ahead and speak. Ask your
Okay.
question.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so very much, our presenter. My name is Bonita. I am a PhD student at the Institute of Women and Gender Studies in Makerere. My question, Mr. Luttamaguzi, is on remote work experience. Like where I work, we are hybrid. And so how do I include in that experience on my CV of remote working? I lead a whole department. I work with both people based in Uganda, but also those in other countries. So I was wondering, how do I include in that kind of experience on my CV and under which section? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Now,
Maybe we can also do you want we hear from also the next one and you answer at once. Twesigye. Gideon. Gideon is unmuted but is not speaking. Kadu. Kadu, you can unmute. Okay. Please, you
Thank you
can
so
go ahead.
much for that. Thank you so much for the beautiful presentation. My question had to do with the section related to professional affiliations. As a recent undergraduate student and a recent postgraduate student as we speak right now under Masters of Development Studies, outside of Rotaract, what other professional affiliation could you possibly put there? And how do you go about getting these memberships to these organs? Do you just have to keep like searching and looking them up? Then you select them according to relevance? Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
I think that's all. You can respond to those ones.
I'll start with Ms. Bonita's question about the remote work. I'll give an example. I've been an examiner for UBTEB. UBTEB, it's not that remote, but it's not a consistent work. It's not like it's a full-time job. Yeah, you only call to mark, examine, then go. Yeah, it's more like Molly's report. Most cases, you provide the time period you have done that work. Then in bracket, if I told you, say you are an assessor, put in bracket on call. On call. Yeah. The job title, but put in bracket on call. What does this mean? It's not that this is your everyday job, but it is recurrent, but after a certain period of time. Then you put your roles. That is the first way out. However, you can also put it, if I told you have provided additional, you can put it as additional experience after providing your core experience in your field. Then you put additional experience or additional roles. Then you put that part. I'm doing this. You put the time frame. You put the period. Then brackets you put hybrid. Yeah, hybrid. That is the type of work. It's hybrid. You either in person or online. Then you put your roles. That's how you can present it. You can present it among the core experience, but put on call. Or you can present it as an additional experience. Then you put the title in bracket hybrid. Then you put the roles. Now, about the professional affiliations, the professional affiliation is upon you as a person to look for them. Yeah. Right now, I'm under the World Aquaculture Society, and surprising, I'm the student director among the board members. Secondly, I'm a member of the Uganda Profession Fisheries Associations. I'm also a member of the East and Central Natural Products Research. I'm also a member of the Society of Natural Products Research. When you look at LinkedIn, most cases when you open LinkedIn and you join a community of people of the same field, you realize that there are international, regional, and local associations. So it's better you ask your lecturers, you ask the major stakeholders in the country, in your field, where are the professional associations, and encourage most of you to join these associations. I'm a beneficiary of these associations. Recently, I was in Singapore, the session paid. I'm going to Belgium in September because of the affiliation of associations. I'm going to different countries this year. So basically, these professional associations should be specific. And in most cases, we have the student membership. The student membership and the graduate student membership. The bachelor student membership, most cases, it is $50 and below. Stations in Uganda, East Africa, Africa, and the world. Reason that if at all you're going to further your studies, you need to make presentations, you need funding, you need, if you're going to attend these kind of workshops and trainings, being a member of a certain association, you get a reduction in the fees you have to pay, and also we have what we call the global travel grants. I'm going to Belgium in September, a few months from now. I received a global travel grant. I'm an African here, and I was competing with others elsewhere in the world. But what placed me beat others in the world is because I'm a global student director, a Ugandan who's heading the Directorate of Students at the World Aquatic Society. So you get the point of why it is important to have these professional affiliations. I think I've answered that well. Yes, moderator, in case of anything.
I think, Charles, we can proceed.
Yes, the next session, I'm going to provide field-specific CVs. However, I'm using the CVs of different professions in Uganda because I'm using them as specimens, and I've tried to cover their specifics. So let me share. Ooh. Can you all see my screen? Moderator, is my screen seen?
It is seen, but we try to put it at maximum. But it's visible enough. I don't know. Use the feature of the tabs.
I don't know if that is visible enough.
Yes.
Yes. Now, I'm going to start with the social work field, yeah? Typical examples. So here, you see where I've put the cursor, you put your name, the name as it appears. And when you realize I'm having these imaginary tables, you're seeing these imaginary tables. So most cases, I use these tables, reason that if at all you leave your CV hanging, the moment you change your CV, like from a phone to a computer, from a computer to a phone, or you send your CV to an email, most cases, when someone is downloading, if it's only in PDF form, the words will lose it, the CV will be disorganized. So this is a child protection case officer. They put the, here, I've hidden the workplace, you put the name of the workplace, and since this is a refugee, you put the name of the organization and the name of the refugee settlement, yeah? Then you put the contacts. It's best you put the two contacts and the ones that are easily accessible. You provide an email and provide your sex and the nationality. Here, someone may provide the date of birth or not. It's their choice because it's not the main issue. So when it comes here, you look at you provide the month and the year to date. As I said before, you provide the most recent job to be on the top. Yeah, and this is the most recent one. So when it comes to the roles, you realize that the roles of the current position, they're in present continuous tense because someone is still working on these roles. And when you look at this kind of roles, I mentioned that they should be specific. This is a child protection case worker. And when you look at the roles are all about child protection and case management. Yeah. Ensure informed consent and assent, proceed with the case management. Yeah. Supervising, mentoring, and providing ongoing training on community structures involved in child protection management. This, I may not read all the roles, but you can read some of these roles and see that they are relevant. They speak to that job description. Yeah. Then after those roles, make sure that you provide some achievements. And you see these achievements supported over 200. In the social work CV, most cases we look at impact. And most cases, when you provide the number of children, 200 vulnerable children, through this, the action taken, through individualized support, indirect and direct support, including food items and case management, yeah, who have experienced abuse and exploitation. Most cases here, it's better you provide the area because when you look at a settlement, it has different zones. You can say in this zone 5 or in this village and the like. Provide 200 home visits in order to do what? To monitor the wellness and to support and identify the protection concerns. This is not complete because as a social worker, after providing this and this support, what happened? Yeah, what happened? If you conduct the home visits, did it improve the living standards or reduce on the mental the mental problems of these children? Yeah, or did it bring harmony in the home? So basically, you should complete the achievements with something that is an impact if you're in the social work field. So I can go on. It's the same. Protection assistant, child protection and gender-based violence provides the roles. Then trained over 80. You should quantify 80 community members. Don't say trained community members. 80 community members on what? Child protection. This is social work field. What did it do? It enhanced. Yeah, which enhanced capacity building to members, including child protection councils, parents, caregivers. This emphasizing how to identify and respond to child protection concerns like referral. Now, if at all someone is looking at your CV in social work, he's going to look at this kind of this and this. This is what we call an achievement. It speaks. And when I read this is not AI generated because most of you are going to go and say, AI create for me an achievement. The recruiter will say this is an AI generated and you'll be disqualified. But this appears real and is believable because of how this achievement has been praised. Provided first aid to over 200 children and their caregivers. Yeah. Let me skip this. and go to the education background. This one has a master's, certificate in law, certificate in administrative law, bachelor's of arts in social sciences. You're seeing now this person is not 2 years after school, is around 7 years. Because if I told someone the bachelor is 2018, it's like, yeah, 5 years after school. That's why they're not putting the months. But you who's just months after school, put the months when it comes to your education. Then the training. Most cases you should put relevant training. Now, when you look at this is social work, certificate of training in co-create with customers. This is relevant because you're going to the public and you're looking at this community and these are your customers. How do you talk to them? Then also certificate in health and migration. So you provide the time frame. Sometimes it's 1 day. That's why it's like this. Sometimes it is a number of days. Yeah, like this around 3 months. You provide the certificate and the name of that training. Sometimes it's certificate of participation, certificate of completion, right as it is on the certificate. Then you provide the organization. Now here, most of you are getting this kind of training on LinkedIn. These online trainings on LinkedIn from, I don't know, different small companies that are not recognized. And you have a pile of trainings. However, they might be good, but may not be better. They may not be best for some fields, whereby they need this kind of recognized institutions, yeah, that are needed. So they provide the computer literacy. So when it comes to the competencies and skills, for social work, this person, his experience is into children and youth, gender-based violence and the like. When it comes to the competences, I expect such a competence. Good knowledge on child protection, life skills, child safeguarding, and education components in emergency. Remember, he's working with case management. Good knowledge and understanding of children's rights. Knowledge of psychosocial support needs to children with disabilities. Proven experience in psychosocial support for people, gender-based violence survivors. Selection and management of income generating activities. Because most cases, after providing the psychosocial support, you have to provide some information or even some facilitation or income for income generating activities in order to bring up those families that have faced some gender violence. Case management, equipped with therapeutical techniques, youth empowerment, advocacy and lobbying, counseling and telephone counseling, knowledge of psychosocial needs of youth, women, and people with disability. This is like more of mainstreaming. Project design and management, project planning and management, mainstreaming, gender, HIV, human rights. This mainstreaming also should include also like climate change, environment, because if in a social work field, this should be included. Documentation, communication, community mobilization. This is a competence you should have as a social worker. Community mobilization, capacity building, and community development. Strategy planning and finance management, because you receive the resources. Then you go to personal attributes, your personality, creativity, open-mindedness, and willing to learn. Effective interpersonal relations with working groups and a flexible team player. Remember, as a social worker, you are going to work in groups. A result-oriented person that can work under minimum supervision. Now, most of you misquote this and you put, I work under pressure. Please don't put I work under pressure, because you can be used against you. You'll go to a company organization and then you'll be told to work. And if I told you complain, they'll say you can work under pressure. No, the statement is a result-oriented person that can work under minimum supervision, not under pressure. Then open-minded to work in a complex environment and projects where time is a key. Social work people, this is a personal attribute you should have. Administrative support, supervision, mentoring, and coaching. You should have a social work person. excellent oral and written skills, good coordinations. Actually, these are all expected of you despite of the field, because this is just your personality. When it comes to hobbies, provide hobbies that are really interesting and like these ones, like these two, watching news, because it should be updated, you should be knowing what's happening in Uganda, the world, and East Africa. Traveling for adventure, it opens up your mind, and that means you're open to travel in any places that you are placed. Then when it comes to language proficient, you provide Lugan, English, Lusoga, spoken, proficient, written. Now here, make sure that the list you have is a language that is fair. Don't put poor. Some of you include a language that, and you say that it is poor. Don't include, if at all you're poor in that language, why should you put it? Leave it out. Then you come to the referees. Referees realize that what I've left, child protection. So I don't, child protection coordinator, psychosocial manager. Yeah, I don't expect you here to put, if in the social field, then you put someone like, let me say, office assistant, administrative officer. Why? When you apply for a job, they will call this child protection coordinator. And if you're applying for a job in relation with child protection, this person will talk about how you handle the cases, how you handle things confidentially, yeah, how you make follow-ups on these cases, how you train, how you build capacity of child protection and safeguarding these communities. So basically, that's how a CV for social work looks like. Let me invite some few questions for those in the social work field, then we go to another field. Thank you. Yes, moderator.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Luttamaguzi. I don't know that there are questions there, but let me continue. There's some of the questions that I'm seeing here. Someone is asking how many items in the CV should be tabulated. That is one. Thanks for the presentation. To us who apply for scholarship, they always need a CV. What is the best format for that? I think those are the only two questions I see.
Now for the scholarship, I'll be sharing my CV so that you can see what is, if at all you're applying for scholarships for research and academia jobs, I'll share my CV, then you see, because that is the kind of field I'm trying to go into, then they will see. Then how many items should be tabulated? Most cases, when you look at this kind of tabulation, realize we are trying to make it easier to read. Because if at all I put this site, one will read the time frame, read the position, and read the employer. In case they are convinced, they don't need to read this. Yeah. But imagine you had stuffed things. Yeah. You don't give direction to the recruiter on where to read. But when you put it in Tabla, you are giving someone direction. Read this from here, read this, and read this. After that, you can read this. That's why we are seeing this is highlighted, that is in bold. This is highlighted and in bold. And when you turn this tabular, it's in one document. When you turn it into a PDF, it looks nice. Let me try here right now and see if I turn it to a PDF. Then you see how nice it looks like. Open file. Now, this is how your CV will look like. Yeah. So you are giving direction to the recruiter. Read here, read here. After that, recruiter will scroll down, read achievements, then goes to the education, and realize these sections are in bold. So you're giving direction to the recruiter. If at all you're interested in that, come and read the education. They'll read. They just go on to read here, read here, read here. So this kind of tabulation makes it easy and attractive and not boring. Yeah, reads here, read the time frame, read here. Yeah, remember these human resource managers are receiving 500 CVs, 1,000 CVs, even if it is 50 CVs. So if I told your CV is not appealing, Yeah, this boldness, these, they are directing, yeah, they're encouraging the recruiter to read more. Yeah. So the recruiter may be interested, will just go through, then say, let me stop here. What else is here? Languages. So that means you are directing the recruiter that in case you're interested in hobbies, you can read. Languages, you can read. And in case you're interested in work experience, it's here and the like. Other than providing something that is written, that is not tabulated, and is not so impressive. Yeah, it's not interesting to read because these HR managers get tired reading. And the moment, and that's why I ask members to present this first, because even if he's tired, and after reading your name, reads child protection officer, and then knows that the job description is the job you're applying for, it's on child protection. They'll put your CV even for further consideration. Other than reading your name, reads this, is already tired, then here is your like, let me say, your place of birth, or where you are working, your NIN number. By the time they come to read here, and some people from here, they go on to the education. By the time they find your work experience, someone is already tired, is no longer interested. So that's why that order has to be adopted, because I'm the one who customize this kind of CV. It is called the ECV, because I adopted it from the European kind of CV. Then I tried to make research according to the behavior of the human resources and the recruitment patterns and the behavior. So I customized in such a way that let it be attractive to the HR, let the HR be able to find the information quickly, and also let the HR find important information fast before they can go on the relevant information. Because you might find someone presenting these hobbies and languages here at the top, and I've seen it. They're presenting languages, and after this biodata, someone presents languages and hobbies. Really? Is that? Let's go in that order. So I guess I've answered some of those questions, and I think I can. I don't know if let me go to another CV. Let me go to another CV. So we are going to, the next CV is going to be the one of laboratory. Now you are going to realize that different professions present different CVs according to the interests and also according to the job specifications and also what is entitled in that kind of field. So when you look at the laboratory technology field, you might find that you may not provide the you may not provide the achievements like the other ones, yeah? So here, a lab person, when it comes to the achievements, this is a project. So most cases, even if in social work on the lab, should always mention the project independently and the employer. The job description, sorry, the title, the project, and the employer. Most of these cases, some people may be interested in this kind of the project names because a certain project can give a different experience. And most cases, you can even add, if in social work, you add the project area, where I was in leader, where Moroto. This means you are a tested person who has worked in hard-to-reach areas. So when it comes, the roles are specific, but when it comes to here, realize in this science field, someone is talking about the participants over here that participated in that project. Someone is going to talk about requesting for TY supplies. They're in the lab in time, yeah? To ensure a continuous workflow, this is an achievement. Then supported other studies like this, the other two big team, then conducted data development of this using Gene Expert, yeah? So in this field of laboratory, having these kinds of achievements, these terms, they're eye-catching. Yeah, they're eye-catching. They prove that you're really tested. The same here on this achievement, successfully performed expert MTB stroke reef testing on sputum samples, yeah, to support timely diagnosis of tuberculosis. So everyone in the medicine field, make sure that you bring out those terms, those specifics, those techniques, so that when someone is reading, they resonate with you, other than providing those plain, those kind of plain achievements that can be found elsewhere. However, if I could continue here, those in the medical field, after your education background and the training certification, you should have the registration. If at all in the medical lab field, you're a nurse, you're a midwife, you should have a registration, put the registration number and the organization, the Allied Health Professionals Council, you put the address. Most of you provide your CVs and you don't provide the registration number. Remember, it's a requirement in your field for practice, in order to practice. Those who have to be licensed and registered provide this, because someone's going to look at your CV and will also look for this. When it gets to the competences, this one is a lab science person. Look at the competences that should include laboratory knowledge in regards to sample collection and performance of wide variety of diagnostic tests, knowledge of best practices and in field of laboratory services, laboratory instrumentation and safety processes, quality control and test performance according to international standards, interpreting and reading of laboratory results, in-depth knowledge of procedures of diagnosing patients, because sometimes you may have some bit of diagnosis, understanding of drug properties, good clinical practice, infection and prevention of healthcare procedures, may be required to do emergencies and first aid, counseling. So these are the competencies and skills that should be having in regard to that. The personal attributes are the same. The hobbies, they are good. Reading journals, traveling, watching movies. When it comes to the referees, remember this person was working on a project. I expect you to have a principal investigator of that project, because that's the person, yeah, who worked with you. A laboratory supervisor, you're a lab person. So I don't expect you to put the human resource manager here among the first two. The human resource manager can be maybe the third person. But recall, when they call the human resource manager and they ask him or her, what your laboratory services, and they mention these techniques, yeah, and they confirm that you did data collection with the gene expert, do they know the gene expert machine? So when it comes to these referees, please put the technical referees the same way I spoke about the social work CV. Yeah. So thank you. If there's anyone in the field of medicine, laboratory services, public health, they can pose a question before we go to another field.
I will just read again from what I have here. One of them are just repetitive. You try to address some of the issues, but this one, I think you'll just maybe say what you think is right. What is the best format to write your CV? Iggy, Calibri, or New Times Romance? That was the question in one of the.
Now, most cases, some recruiters may request for that, that put this kind of font and the writing style and the like. But most cases, type New Roman is the best, because when you look at when you change to PDF, how does it come out? Yeah. How does it come out? Instead of using, because I've seen some people using this kind of, let me see here. there are certain, Now, are you looking at this? I think some of you, all of you can see this kind of writing. Yeah?
Yes, we can.
Now this one is not really, here you are not designing. Basically, if I told someone looks like, and you're using that, you may think that you're just playing. And some people are using, let me look for another, that they are using that are really annoying when it comes to the recruiter. Now, imagine this is what you are going to present to the recruiter. So it's not interesting and it's kind of annoying, and it might lead to your disqualification. Because remember, these human resource managers or human resource personnel, they are looking for the easiest way to throw away your CV. And most of you get to know, we have what we call the human resource audits. Not every company will have the audits. You might find that the Makerere University will recruit, and they might do an audit. But are you sure that if I told someone disqualified you because of this kind of writing, are you sure that they will make an audit in a private company that can put some money to make an audit and see that this one was wrong, was not hired or did not go to the interview because of this? So make sure you don't leave any room of doubt or anything, because these are just simple mistakes that you make, and you may lose an opportunity to be called to an interview or to be given the job. So let me go to maybe one of administration. I'm going to go administration and agriculture, statistics. Then I'll go to what to expect in an intern, the intern CV, what you can, not an intern, but these recent graduates, how you can put your internship roles. Now this is for administration.
Yes.
Yes.
I am just going to stop sharing your presentation and you share again. Eh?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Please, you can share again.
Now this is for administration. I won't repeat the first part, but I'll go straight to the job description. The roles are like the same. So when it gets to administration, look at how you phrase your achievements. Provided administrative support for the company, ensuring company activities, ensuring 90% implementation efficiency. Now, most cases, some of your achievements may not be personal, but through your support, the company achieved this. So most cases, don't write this kind of achievement that you own it. No. Just say you provided support. Because basically, you cannot say that as the senior administrator, you're the reason why the company is 95% efficient. It is wrong. It can't be believed. Remember, the people you're sending your CV to are more technical than you. But however, you provided administrative support. So you should watch the language that you're using. Then help the human resource officer in the hiring process and reduce the new hire orientation period to 2 weeks instead of a month. Yeah. You provided support. This is an action or a task. What did it result to? Resulted into reduction of the rotation period to 2 weeks instead of a month of the new hire. But for you, you are a senior administrator. You are not the line person of doing this, but you provided support. And what did it do? It led to this. Then provided support in payroll management, which led to timely payment of salaries on the 20th of every month. This is an achievement. So basically, if I told you are hired as an administrator and this is happening in your CV, that means you're really fit for that kind of job. Created periodic reports, hence reducing time spent on monthly reports by 20%. Because most cases, if I told you are going to keep reports then and then, you realize that when it comes to a monthly report, you're starting from scratch. Then supported coaching and training of new staff, resulting in 30% work improvement. So that's how you phrase, yeah? Then managed calendars of 10 executives, coordinate over 4 high-level board meetings annually. This is an achievement because it's not easy to coordinate this, yeah? Then if I can go to another role, the achievements, how, I think it's the same, how they are stipulated. Let's go to the administration competences. First, you should be familiar with office technology and equipment, including computers, scanners, printers, phone. If you're into administration, have the ability to manage internal and external correspondence. You should be proficient in appointment scheduling, leadership, facilitation, people management, logistics management, and business development. Now, this one had a bit of education, so had to include some competencies in education. But however, for administration, you should be knowledgeable in organization governance and compliance, office management and organization, program development and evaluation, communication, networking, partnership, documentation, data analysis, reporting, report writing, record keeping, that is it. So even if the others are the same, I think let me go to another field, accounting and finance. So accounting and finance, the roles should speak the accounting field, ensuring timely payment, computer and reconciling of petty cash payments. Now, when you're doing accounting and finance, make sure at least you have some role where you are tying it to all expressing of use of a certain software, yeah, like Tally and Software. Then if you're accounting the payroll management, accounts receivables, maintaining ledgers, let me get to the, yeah. So when it comes to the achievements, accounting or finance, reconcile the accounts with 80% accuracy over the period of 6 months, provide the time period, achieve 90% compliance with tax regulations through making timely returns, filing VAT, NSSF, payee, and withholding tax. Recovered Uganda shillings 30 million in unpaid invoices through persistent checks and follow-ups on payments and paperwork. Coordinated with external examiners from, you name the external examiners, the companies, to ensure accurate reporting of stock takes, which took place in a period of 2 weeks, 2 days. Now, you seeing this is a great achievement. This is the activity someone made, yeah. This is an achievement, unpaid invoices. But what did they do? Persistent checks on payments and paperwork, yeah. Process over 500 invoices using that software. So why am I emphasizing on these achievements is most cases the roles of an accountant may be the same across all private organizations, but not everyone will achieve the same, yeah. Can also put this kind of achievement recognized as the employee of the month match due to the outstanding performance. Then you can also, if at all you know the budget managed UGX Uganda shillings 2 billion in the accounts payables and receivables. Now imagine this company you're applying to is managing around 5 billions. Or let me say, okay, 3 billions. Even if it's 5 billions, but they have seen you can even manage this 2 billion. They'll give you the job. So here in achievements, you are trying to express yourself. Yeah? So you perform daily back reconciliations and GL account analysis for assets worth 1.5 billion. So that means you should express, if you're in accounting field, you should be expressing yourself in terms of figures, money, payroll, about something to do with tax management, yeah, assets. Then loans officer. This loans officer is more in finance and more of marketing. Yeah, managed and grew the loan portfolio exiting sales by 20 to 50. Promoted by actively extending client portfolio through bringing in this number of clients. Maintained and good relationship with local business owners and border riders, resulting in 20% increase in referred loan applications. Your loan officer. You maintained good relationships with local business owners and border riders. What did it result to? 20% increase in referred loan applications. Someone gets a loan, then they refer another person. Then optimize loan processing works by reducing loan processing work by 25%, resulting in quicker loan issuing. So you are seeing how you should phrase your achievements. So I can skip this and we go to here, the trainings. Bank of Uganda, internship certificate. I know most of you have had these certificates of internship. Put it here. Then certificate of participation, if you participated in any training or workshop, put it there. Now, when it comes to these people of finance and accounting, in computer literacy, you start with the accounting softwares or platforms that you know. We have Tally, Pink Apple software, Writebooks, we have QuickBooks, we have ERP, you know them. Then you have also banking software, Finaco banking system, Checkpoint, ATI money laundering system, risk profiling system, Clarify, centralized account opening. Yeah. Now, here, this computer literacy bit of it is crucial for you people who depend on these softwares. Mention this because you're going to look at most job descriptions will ask. It's always like number 5, proficiency in this kind of software. They always ask Tally and QuickBooks. Then you can provide the Microsoft Office. Then the competences, outstanding knowledge in accounting and accounting practices, familiar in accounting softwares and systems, knowledge of accounting procedures, and best practices. Those in accounting, you know, how you report and by what time you report. Yeah, in government, we have by the time we should be reporting the accounts. Then cash flow analysis and management, inventory petty, cash management, account receivable and payable. This is a crucial component. You should be having a skill. Then we have this kind of payments, IFRS, the e-payment and team registration, because some payments need the team. Then tax filing, reporting, planning, and management. This is how we should write this. Don't say tax filing. Most of you stop on tax filing. That's what you want to know. But you should know how to report the taxes and planning and management. Then payroll preparations and management. If you're into accounting and finance, basically it's an accounting, you should have that. Good coordination of clients ensures smooth financial transactions. Then the rest are the same. So I think let me do one more. Let me do one for the internship. Then I go for the one to answer the question on scholarships. Then I'll stop with a resume. Then, so those are in the university who are still studying. This is how your CV should look like. This lady has not gotten any experience outside, but on an internship. What do you do? Because most cases you don't have a current job. You put your profession, accounting and finance profession, or you can say social worker, all this, because here you don't have the present title or job or workplace. You put your contact, you put the email, then you put date of birth and the like. But remember, date of birth, I've told you, if at all your age is tallying with your if your age is tallying with education, that's when you put date of birth. Currently, I'm 31 and I'm doing a PhD. My age tallies with my age is tallying with my education of PhD. Imagine I was 31 right now and I'm doing a certificate. Here, I don't put the work to the age because it can bring some kind of bias. Now here, this one did internship. You start with the internship, the latest internship. And she was an intern where? At the safaris, the travel agency. And she put these roles. Let's read through these roles and see these ones. An intern can do them. You should make sure that you look at the job description, because when you are going for internship, you're not given the whole job description to work. You are given some simple roles. But how do you formulate those roles? You look for the job description on that kind of job and you just tease out only those that you feel like you tackled at internship, or even if you didn't tackle them at internship, even if you are given that role, you can play it. Let's look at this. Assisted and advised clients who were choosing from a variety of travel options. Can't you do it as an intern? Made reservations for clients based on their requirements and budget allowances. You can do it. Check the availability of accommodation or transportation for clients. Yes, you can do it. Helped plan travel itineraries by suggesting local tourist attractions. An intern can do it. Processed payment and send confirmation details. Yes, intern can do it. Sorted out any issues that arose on booking. Yes, you can do. Sold and promoted the services. Yes. Upsold of additional services like tour tickets, travel insurance, or appropriate accommodations. Yes, they can do it. Then provided support to clients needed to amend or cancel reservation. There's a reason why she provided support who needed to amend or cancellation reservation. Reason, you as an intern, I don't think you have the powers to cancel and amend. So I don't expect you to put amended and cancelled reservations of clients. No, because we believe as an intern, that is not your role. You don't have those powers, but you can provide support. Yeah. So using this kind of words when you're an intern makes the recruiter to believe, yeah, you did this kind of job. Now here, increase total booking value by 5 million through upselling, because this one can be made if I told you made your own sales, yeah, on social media and the like. You can also converted 10 inquiries into fully confirmed safari reservations by aligning travel options with the budgets. Guided over 30 international and domestic clients through device accommodation options. Processed 30 client payments and confirmation receipts with zero financial discrepancies. So this is an achievement that shows that really you put in your work. Then successfully resolved 6 booking conflicts and scheduling issues, ensuring timeless transitions. So when you look at these kind of roles and experience, you realize that they are possible for an intern and for you and a graduate student who's just coming out, but you fail to phrase them like this. On the internet, you can put job description of a travel agent. Then you tease out those that you feel they are really, then you relate back to an experience, and you try to formulate them in this kind of writing. You put what you did, you put the result, the achievement, the result, what you did. So let's go to the first intern experience. She was at a hotel, provided support while coordinating and organizing sales and promotion events, maintained the social area clean, that is possible for an intern, welcomed and checked in guests, yeah, that is it. Kindly and promptly addressed queries, that is fine. Provide information about the hotel services, yes, an intern can do that. Coordinated with hotel departments to fulfill guest needs, that is fine. Processed payments, handled cash, maintained cash records, used hotel software check-ins. Now this one should make sure that you know the softwares. If you put this, you make sure that you know I use this kind of software. So if we go to here, the achievements, they are believable. An intern can really do this. Welcoming and checking in over 100 international and domestic guests, address over 20 daily guest inquiries, requests, and concerns, coordinated with 3 other hotel department staff, processed 10 minimum payments, maintained the reception area and 2 common lodges, and served meals promptly, efficiently across a busy 10-table restaurant section. Now, those in tourism and hospitality, this kind of culture words, yeah, this kind of teamwork, this is teamwork. Hotelization, this is where you beat up other people and you're called on interview, yeah? Room payments, that means you're all rounded. They're hiring one person, but is proficient in a number of things. So there's value for money. So after that, this one has not even graduated yet, but you see her CV. So this means it's possible, you students, to come up with a good CV. So notable presentation. Now, this tourism student attended this conference organized by the Uganda Tourism Board. So she attended these 2 sessions in one day. Untapped investibility, position Uganda at the center's African wanderlust economy. Then she attended this one, product development, from idea to interior, design experience and products that sell. Where? Who organized Uganda Tourism Board? Only this part adds value to her CV. She's a student like you, she's going to graduate. So ask yourself, where are you attending? You have attended this kind of seminar. How are you going to express it in your CV? Yeah. When it comes to the competences, you have to be proficient in check-ins, check-outs, maintaining certain areas, aligning workflows with the housekeeping and chicken staff, order taking, travel itineraries, verifying of transport and accommodation availability, deep understanding. Deep understanding of Uganda's tourism ecosystem, marketing position, and destination product development. You as a graduate of tourism, skilled in advising clients on safari options, managing bookings, have lodging in. Now, if you put this kind of competences, such a CV can compete even with someone who has been in the field for over 2 years or 4 years, but can't produce such a well-aligned CV that communicates to the field and that job. Yeah. So I'm running with only 2 CVs. Let me work on one CV, then I resume. A CV that will answer things about scholarships and research. I'm sharing my, it was, the lady was a PhD postgraduate student, I don't know, PhD student who was talking about scholarships. I think before I do this CV, if there's any question, before you can go into this CV. Moderator?
Mr. Luttamaguzi, I think you should proceed. The reason being is that we are running out of time and there's an announcement we need to make towards the end.
Okay.
So
now this is going
before
to...
4, at least it should be.
Yes, I'll be done before 4. Now, those at PhD level, like me, master's level, or those who are thinking of going in the field of research, academia, yeah, research and academia, and also wanting to apply for scholarship. This is what should be contained in your CV. The personal information, you provide all your information. PhD scholar, either your student, your candidate, or postdoc, and the like. Your position, if you're a researcher, if you're a consultant, examiner, and the like. Then, in addition to that, provide your LinkedIn. Your LinkedIn, because most cases we expect you by this at PhD level or master's level, you're having an active LinkedIn where you provide some activities that you have done that are relevant to your field. Then, if at all you have made any publications, your ECID address should be provided. Then also, site profile can be provided if needed. Then the others are the same. So now in my case, I'm already employed, but also studying a PhD and also into research. So you can begin by providing your positions as usual, the way these other CVs we have provided, your positions. Yeah, your experience. Now, for my case, since I'm going into the, I'm looking at transitioning from government extension, agriculture extension private service provision to research and academia. Now, this is how I keep on growing my CV because I've been called on a number of projects. So I provide a section of projects to which technical support and input has been provided as a researcher or consultant. So I provide with the latest customization of agriculture and special training manuals and provide the project, then the implementing partner or the implementing organizations. Then you go women and youth economic empowerment in the fisheries program under StarCard trademark. We provide the different players. Preparation of the national aquatic organism health strategy under that organization. Joint crop services in East Africa under where? By CAB International. So you provide a list of projects that you provide technical support or consultancies. Yeah, if I told you are going that line, if you want that kind of scholarship, because they want to see if I told there is any impact. From that, you can provide your education background. Now, most cases, you can just provide this, yeah, and don't provide the secondary, because you have the bachelor's and the master's and the ongoing PhD. Then, if at all in the research field, next that has to appear when you're applying for these scholarships, provide the publications. You start with the latest publication. April 2026, I published this paper. February 2026, this was a co-author. So you provide the different papers in that line. Then apart from the publications, most cases at that kind of level, you're expected to have received some kind of awards. There may be travel awards, they can be research grants and the like. So you provide the time you received it. I received the Global Engagement Travel Award. What was it for? Supporting my participation in the conference at the University of Ottawa, Belgium, by the organizing committee. Then here, I received Student Travel and Accommodation Award to support participation in the World Agricultural Society, Singapore 2026, by the organizing committee. That was in May. Then, if there are any research grants, I received the research grant. Then you mention the number of that research grant. From where? From where? National Fisheries Research Resources Institute. So you have to put all those awards. If at all you have had an innovation or any contribution of any innovation, include that. For my case, I have the Aquafish app registered under URSB. You provide the link access and what it does. In addition to that, remember, we want a scholarship. You provide notable trainings you attended or you participated in. You put the month, the year, the name of the training, those that trained you. The month, the year, name of training, and those that trained you. Then from there, at the level of the level of PhD or masters, maybe you're expected to have attended a number of conferences. So you put the conferences and you should identify if it was in person or virtual. The World Agriculture Conference was 2020 June in person. Where? Shanghai, Singapore. From when? This. And what did you do there? Were you a speaker? Give an oral presentation under which theme? This. You go to 2025, the 20th World Lake Conference. Where? Australia, under that theme. Here, June, World Aquatic Society in person, where? Under this theme. Now, when you realize all these conferences I've gone to, realize that aquatic animal health is my field, aquatic animal health. The presentations I always make are under environment, fish health, and genetics. This was virtual, was secondary forum conference that was in Windhoek, Namibia. You put whether natural, so it was virtual or in person. And did you present? Yes. Under what theme? That was the theme. Then the second, aquatic resources in person. You give the time frame, whether you present it, under which theme. So basically, when you're applying for a scholarship, they will look at your all round, because these scholarships, these conferences, they contribute something to exposure, and also for getting this. You can add the at work, if you're a member, One Health Committee. Since I'm into fish diseases, I add the membership where I'm relevant, which is relevant to my field in interest, which is fish diseases. So when it comes to professional associations, by master's level and PhD level, it should be under associations that are relevant to your field. I'm the current student global director of the Rotary Society and also a member of the African chapter. My PhD is in aquaculture, zoology, but I'm doing aquaculture. I'm in that member, where even I'm a director. My PhD studies are working with natural products, the medicinal plant. This prompted me during my PhD journey to join this association, a member of the Society of Medicinal Plant and Natural Products Research. Using this association even provides funding for travel because the conference that is happening is in Reims in France and provides travel to present at that conferences. So if at master's level, even if at bachelor's level, we have these conferences, these societies or associations have student membership and the like. And most cases, they have grants whereby if you present your abstract and it's accepted, you can be funded a trip to any country so that you can present. Then we have, I'm a member of the Natural Products Research and also the Uganda Association of Fish Professionals. The leadership roles, when you are applying, you can apply, put them because they are relevant to your field. But however, when you're looking at these kind of scholarships or funding, you should look at, they always provide a template of your CV and it should always fit in. But what I know, they always ask for the they always ask for the publications, any presentations you have made, any skills you have done, you have, and the like. So the rest is the same as other CVs. So I beg to stop from here and hand over to the moderator, maybe in case there's any other questions, because it's 3 minutes to 4. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Luttamaguzi. The questions will continue, I think, till Wednesday, because Mr. Luttamaguzi will come back on Wednesday for job searches. He will offer his expertise on where your colleagues should look to get very good jobs. So the announcement I had for you guys is that tomorrow's session begins at 9 a.m. So make sure that you get the link. The link will be shared, I think, by 6 p.m. So I think I'll call. I don't know whether my bosses are still on. Yes, Professor Taiwa is on. I think Professor Taiwa will have to close the session, then we continue tomorrow.
Hey, Mr. Abdul. Mr. Abdul, thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
I can. Yes, very good. I can see the Mr. Abdul. I think you can see the clapping. The everyone is. The screen is flooding and exploding with emojis of clapping and so on and so on. Phenomenal job. Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul. I was here learning as well. It's always amazing. I'm here with Professor Muyodi as well, by the way, Charles. Professor Muyodi is still here with me as well. So we were here learning. All of us were here learning, even when you've done this so many times. But learning never stops. So Abdul, thank you very, very much. It's been really instructive. And Dr. Mayende is there as well. He's also been learning. Dr. Mayende and team, Mr. Ziwa and team, thank you very, very much indeed for this. At some point we reached the limit, unfortunately, and we shall see what to do. If there is a demand for a certain session, we would definitely have an opportunity to have another session. So, Mr. Ziwa, you will be taking notes and seeing whether there is an opportunity to probably do another session about that. Otherwise, we want to thank you all who have been here for the last 2 hours or so, and we look forward to having you tomorrow for yet another exciting session. As Mr. Zhu has communicated, it will be in the morning,
Yes.
9 to 11 a.m. And then the following day, and so on until we finish the first cohort of these sessions, and then we plan for more. So as we do that, we ask you to also provide feedback. You can provide your feedback through Ziwa, through the chats here. We shall go through them so that we can be able to improve these sessions, subsequent sessions. So thank you very much, Mr. Ziwa. But since my colleague is here, he can also ask.
All right. Thank you so much, William. Thank you so much, Abdul Noor. I'm really very, very delighted to have you presenting, doing lots of work. For the participants, Abdul Noor is actually my former student in the Department of Zoology, Entomology, and Fishery Science. But he's doing lots of wonders, even in other related fields, including this. So I'm really so happy. I've also informed my colleagues here, my bosses also, the DVs, that he's my former student and he's doing well. And so thank you so much for all that. To the participants, thank you for attending. And as you have heard from my colleagues, tomorrow let's meet in the morning, 9 to 11, and you make sure that you log in early enough, because we have the maximum of 300 participants, and many have been sending in messages that we are not, we have reached the limit, you can't join here and there. So it's better you join early enough. It is unfortunate we can't get that 500 or beyond at the moment, but of course, once the need comes, we can always rerun this training. So thank you so much. Thank you, Godfrey, Dr. Godfrey Mayende, who is making wonders, making us be able to meet from wherever you are. He's the one in the steering wing there. And Mr. Ziwa, Charles Ziwa, who is coordinating everything, moderating, and all those who are playing a part here and there. Thank you. And I think with this, we wish you a good evening, and let us meet tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Very good. Dr. Mayende, over to you, sir.